Hello, and we're back for the recap show. This is now All Stars Season 10. Welcome back, fellas. How you guys doing?
It's back like we never left, child.
I know.
We got one week off.
1 week off.
Blame RuPaul because, girl, you could have
They
waited.
never stopped.
Damn.
No, he got to keep that check coming in
Girl.
because obviously he got kids to feed.
You got something.
Well, listen, welcome back. This is the recap show, a brand new season, and this is All Stars. I am one of your co-hosts. My name is Second Coming, and the spelling will reflect that. We coming in hard.
Jesus. Okay.
And here are my two other beautiful co-hosts.
Child. I'm Caramel Latte.
Okay, caramel. Okay, caramel latte.
I figured the colors are given kind of.
Look at
Caramel
give it a
latte.
little chest action there and the colors.
I love
What
that.
did you say this was?
This was my All Stars glow up look because you know how the girls look in the confessionals for the All Stars.
Where's your All-Stars lips?
That part.
I already got them. I don't need filling.
Okay. You're right.
When it
That's
comes
true.
naturally, you don't need it.
That's true. That's true.
When you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
Hello. Well, I just came up with my drag name literally 2 seconds ago. My name is Scorpina.
Scorpina.
Inspired by that
Are
was
those poppers?
right there.
We wasn't gonna say what that was.
It is.
I'm
Double Scorpio. And then I thought, Scorpino from Power Rangers. That's my drag name for today.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that we got the names out the way, and I think you probably had the tamest name out of all of us today.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I see where y'all's minds are. It's Mother's Day.
Yeah, well, you need to step your pussy
She
up.
ain't watching. Shit.
Actually, she might be.
Mine is.
And happy Mother's Day for those that are watching the day after or the week after. Happy Mother's Day to you. None of us would be here if it wasn't for you. All right. So this is the recap show, and we're recapping episode 1 and 2 because, of course, RuPaul Drag Race dropped 2 episodes this past Friday. So we're going to cover both of them. So let's get into it. Now, we do have clips for the first episode, but no clips for the second episode. We'll just kind of talk through that.
Yeah.
So with that being said, let's get started. What you got for us?
Okay, we're diving right.
Scorpina.
Well, explain how they're doing this
Okay.
thing.
So this season is a competition and it's bracketed. There are 3 brackets, and within each bracket there are 6 queens.
Yes.
So bracket 1 has the first 6 queens. It's Aja, Deja Sky, Irina the Alien, Phoenix, Olivia Lux, and Bosco. So those are the first 6 queens. And they will be highlighted on the first 3 episodes. Now, from that bracket, 3 queens will advance to the next stage, and so on for bracket 2 and bracket 3. All right.
Yes.
So now here's the other kicker. Nobody's going to be eliminated every week. Basically, what you're doing is you have to acquire points, and the 3 queens with the highest points advance. Now, if you win this particular episode, I believe the top 2 queens get 2 points each, and then the winner of the lip sync gets an additional point. Now, here's the twist. At the end of the episode, each queen that did not win gets one point, but they have to use their point and give it away to someone else. All right. So now at the end of the first 3 episodes, all the points will be tallied, and the top 3 queens with the highest points advance to the next bracket. Does that make sense?
Not at all.
It makes sense in theory when you're watching it. It seems like it's a lot, but it's really not. If you go back and watch the show, it's not as complicated for most people with common sense.
I'm gonna have to break out my abacus because I don't know what is going on. I'm like points and brackets, and these bitches get extra points, and then you can get. Girl.
It's the same thing they did with All Star 7, the all winner season.
And
It's
that was
literally the same thing, minus the plunger. So I can almost guarantee you with next week's episode, there will be an influx of the amount of points that you can get. Because even Rue said at the end of the second episode where the points that whatever the point system can change on the drop of a dime. So no matter where you are in the rankings, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a situation where Shea Coulee didn't have many points, but all of a sudden she won one of those last challenges and got a bunch of points for her back in the top.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it will be the same concept with this. So we've seen this point system before. The brackets are different, but the point system for RuPaul fans is not anything new.
Right. And of course, they are still getting cash prizes on top of that for the win. So for the Maxi Challenge, they get money. And then, of course, for the win for that episode, they get money as well. So, and of course, the grand prize is $200,000.
See, and if I was a contestant on the show, that's all I would care about because you lose me at the points. I don't know what is going on.
Yeah, but you better figure out those points so you can get that $200,000.
I mean, true, but child, my brain does not work like that. But anyway.
Don't you work with money every day?
That's not the same thing. That's not the same thing.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Is it because it's not a check?
Correct.
Okay.
That's why I said I'm concerned about the money. I'm not concerned about the points. I'm concerned about the money. I'm not concerned about the points. All right.
Okay.
So what we're going to do first is we're going to do the intro look. Not the intro looks, but like the first looks they put on the runway.
Okay.
When they're just introducing themselves or reintroducing themselves.
I will say the glow up for these queens is actually pretty good. The wigs look good. The outfits look decent. And, I thought they came with it.
All right.
Let's get into it. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's.
Miss Aja.
You were saying?
I mean,
no.
It's not a bad look.
It's not?
It's not a bad look.
What is it?
Ooh. Here's the thing, though. If you know Aja, you know that this is good for Aja. I'm just saying.
Damn.
No shade.
That was so perfect because I thought it was about to be a compliment, but it was 100% shade.
It wasn't. No, it wasn't shade.
100% shade.
I felt as though, given what she's presented in the past, this is a step up for Aja. I thought she looked. I thought she looked.
But no, I think she
looks good. She doesn't look bad. Okay. I think she looks good. Is it All Stars first intro worthy? No. However, I feel like she doesn't look bad.
Okay. I'm confused. What are the poofs around the arms and why are
that
they?
I don't get. Why are they red and blue or red and purple, whatever it was?
Is there a reference? What? I'm confused. Like, what is
Maybe it was a tribute to somebody or something. I don't know.
I don't know. Anyway, next up.
Okay.
Deja.
I hate this too.
Again, this looks good for Deja.
Plus, the other thing too is she lost her weight, and I love that she told the backstory about this because I think people need to understand and know that running off these other foreign countries to try to get a body is not the move. I mean, she almost died with these procedures.
And if you saw her in the workroom with her shirt off, those doctors jacked her up. The scars that they left, like, I felt so bad for her.
I did not pay attention to that.
It wasn't a very long. It was very short. Briefly, you had to, but you could see it.
Mm. Well, about this look, I don't like it. The stars look like a kindergarten classroom decor, some shit that
like they came from Michael's.
Correct. I'm like, girl.
You mean Party City?
That
even worse. Yeah. I'm like, girl, what is this? The first look coming back onto the main stage, this is what y'all putting out. I'm flummoxed.
Okay.
Not for me. Next up.
Irene the alien.
She was giving titties.
I'm going to give her an A for effort. Oh, that's it. I appreciate the fact that she did something, but it could have been better. I needed more. I didn't necessarily need the titties. Yeah.
Well, we know you're not a titty man, so
I'm very much not. Well, not those two.
Okay.
Okay. I don't have many words.
Oh, well, all right.
Not for that one, because like it was just meh.
My thing was like, are we going to see the airs all season long again?
I don't think so. I don't.
Well, the second episode, she didn't give it.
Yeah.
I don't want to jump ahead, but she didn't.
Yeah, I think Irene is smarter than that. I don't know if
Irene.
She came back really smart this season.
She did. Well, I mean,
but did she come back smart, or are we finally just getting to see her? Because
that part
in her season, she went home first, so we did not get to see any of what she could do. And from her antics in the workroom, it doesn't seem as though she's changed at all.
That part,
but we're just getting to see more of her drag work.
I hope that the first episode was not an indication of what's to come throughout the season.
The first 2 episodes.
Yeah, because if that's the case, then she's not going to have a good time in it because
she's giving very mean girl.
Yeah, she's a
But again, I think I said this to you. It explains Arietti. She's Arietti's mother.
Oh, she's Arietti's mother.
She is.
Oh.
Put 2 and 2 together. It explains a lot.
Okay. Well, that does make sense, but I feel like Arietti was just so I wouldn't say that Irene is a mean girl. I just feel like she's annoying and she doesn't know when to stop.
Oh no, she's a mean girl. She was mean that first episode.
Like you don't have to like she tried to explain this is just how I am, is how I like to banter with people, but you can't do that with everybody. You can't do that in every situation. And it's literally every time she opens her mouth, it has to be something shady towards somebody.
Not even
that's not just.
It's the first time you're interacting with all these girls together, and this is how you start. It's like that does not leave a good impression.
She's giving me, girl.
The last episode that we did, talking about this coming season, I was concerned about Diabetti and Mistress and Acid Betty all in one.
Oh, child.
Now I'm like, oh shit, with Irene thrown in the mix too. Oh, girl, it's crazy.
I can see her advancing to the next round.
I can too, with considering how she performed both episodes. I can see that too. All right, next up.
Oh, Phoenix.
I feel kind of bad for her.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to tell you why. Like, she seems so out of place and like she doesn't know how to get her footing. Like, all right, she was from season 3, correct? And it seems like drag is very different and she's not accustomed to the type of drag that everyone else is doing. And she kind of was in her head both episodes actually. And she kind of just like gives like this poor puppy, sad puppy face. Like, she wants to fit in, but she's not quite there yet. I don't know.
I understand what you're saying. I feel like she is too far removed from Drag Race as a competition.
Yeah.
She's clearly not removed from drag because this is what she does for her career, but she's removed from Drag Race as a competition because even in her season, she went home second. So it wasn't like she fared well in her season. So I just don't feel like Drag Race is the forum for her.
Yeah, I don't see her lasting very long. Honestly. I honestly, when I heard that she was gonna be on the show, I was like, okay, like, because she went home second on season 3, and I'm just like, all right, so, and I think I said this before, like, she's really gonna have to come back, and I think I was talking about Nicole, what's her face? But I was like, the queens from the bygone seasons are really gonna have to like come and show how much they've grown and evolved. I feel like in order to really compete against some of these like newer queens, and I just don't know if Phoenix is going to be giving us that.
Yeah, like after the first episode, I was like, all right, you know what? This is the first time back. You got to get your sea legs. But then even the second episode, I felt like she was faltering. Like she was just not sure about herself, and the confidence just wasn't there. So I'm hoping. I mean, obviously, she only has one more episode to redeem herself because she only has 1 point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
and that was gifted to her, right? That was
That was, I mean, you had to. Well, you have to give away your point. So
yeah. And
of course, all the ladies. Just kind of jump ahead a little bit. Everyone basically gave each other their point, so that they would all have a point each.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
Representing the House of Mugler, this is Miss Olivia Lux.
Aluka.
I thought she's always kind of looked good, minus stealing everybody's wigs on her season. I hated that. Like, that's one thing that truly bothered me about her on her season. Between the cutesy, I'm innocent, like me personality, and then none of her looks really felt original from the other contestants on her season. I wasn't really that big of a fan of Olivia, but I will say in these first 2 episodes, she at least brought looks. She's the only one that kind of looked like elevated in a sense to me. Like she came back for All Stars with the intention to look good. Even in her confession, you can tell she's lost weight. She's clearly had some work done. She looks like her house mother.
Yes.
Exotic, if you know who that is. Like she has clearly had a whole.
Sir, all right, we're gonna have to send you some pictures.
She's clearly had some influences, and those influences are prominent with the way she's come back.
What was the name of the show we watched with him on?
House on Fire.
You have to go watch House on Fire. That was on Max.
It's on WoW. It's on WoW.
Oh, it's on WoW.
Oh, wow.
Go watch that. You'll understand.
So yes, I think Olivia looks great. Her face is beat. I remember this was a while ago. I remember seeing her there was a video of her like in a ballroom contest. And I was like, that's Olivia? Like she had really like changed and shifted. And I was like, yes, this is what I want to see. Because that cutesy, demure, sweet girl from her season, I was like, girl, what is this? What is going on? She had really changed and really like stepped into her, dare I say, sex
confidence.
Yeah, and confidence. And I was like, okay, so this is what like showing us now, even more of how she's grown. I was like, okay, her face. I love the locked wig. She looked really good. I think the dress was nice. I feel like it could have been zhuzhed up a little bit more, maybe more volume, but she looked really good.
Now, the thing with her, what I liked about her too, because I think we've all talked, you guys have both touched on it. Her confidence is there. Her back and forth, was it Irene? Bosca. I was just like, okay. I mean,
it was unnecessary.
It was a little unnecessary, but I love the fact that she's able to stand up for herself.
It's one thing to stand up for yourself, but it's another thing to make something out of nothing. Everybody in that moment, when Bosco said what she said, everybody in that moment was kind of bantering back and forth in that way. Olivia took that moment to be like, oh, you're not just going to say anything to me. But like everybody was kind of saying something to everybody. So I felt like she wanted to take that moment to show that she was a different person when it wasn't really necessary.
I don't agree completely with you. I think though maybe she felt like she kind of was bullied her last season.
But that was last season.
Right. But she was letting people know that it's not going to happen to me again. That's what I got from it.
But even she admitted to that wasn't the way to do it. She said she felt like she had to stand up for herself, but she admitted that wasn't the way to do it. And like I said, in that moment, it was uncalled for.
But Bosco also apologized also for their part in it as well.
She did. Bosco did apologize, but I don't feel like Bosco really needed to apologize. I felt like once Olivia took offense, Bosco reacted in kind, and that's how that back and forth happened. But I felt like Olivia decided to just make a moment out of nothing.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Last up for the first runway look.
Speaking of, you want to talk about the right doctor?
Child.
Because body, listen, whoever she went to,
that's the doctor,
to have her enhancements, to have her transition surgery.
That's what
they did her well. They did her very well, and she even said it's good to have money. She had the money to do it properly, and she did it properly. I can't even really say much on the look itself. It's the body of it all.
And she's making sure that she's showing that body at every chance she can get.
Well, the thing is, she always has. She was showing a lot of body in her original season as well, so that's kind of what she does. I'm as far as this look, they read my mind on the pit stop. Like there's a reference for this, but I can't put my finger on it.
So you remember the I think it was the Pepsi guy. It was back in like the 80s.
No.
Where he lives in the television screen. Like that's the reference I got from it. It might not be the right one. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Can you play it again? Play it again.
Yeah. I feel like it's something from a cartoon.
It's giving Grace Jones.
That too, a little bit.
It could.
Or even like Flintstones.
Maybe Flintstones. It's some. I feel like there is, but I feel like it's an obscure. There's some obscure cartoon that I'm seeing, but I just cannot put my finger on it.
With the hair, I remember there's a photo. I think it's one of her album covers. The album cover is red and Grace Jones is dark.
Yeah.
And like she has the high box, like that.
Her
That's
hair was
almost
black,
same
though,
exact.
that.
Yeah, her hair was black.
Yeah, that might be it.
I feel like it's probably Grace Jones.
Listen, if you happen to know, put it in the comments below, and we'll make mention of it next week's episode.
Cool. So that was it for the first pass through on the runway.
So I would say you guys weren't really impressed with the runway looks.
Not the intro looks.
Yeah. Okay.
Are we ready to move on to the main stage runway, the main challenge runway?
Absolutely.
All right. I don't know. So the category was slits and tits, or tits and slits, right?
Her titties look awkward.
This girl said that the look was inspired by Jinx the Pokemon. Why? How?
That's where she lost you.
Where's No. This was awful.
Okay.
For me, it was like I didn't get the whole purple in the chest area with the pale arms. I'm like, do you run out of time? You couldn't do your arms? And then the breastplate looked weird. You know what it was giving? It was giving Sephora's first titty bit.
Saphira?
Yeah, Saphira's first titty bit. Remember when hers was like that awkward titty bit?
Fisher Price. What do y'all call it? Fisher Price?
Fisher Price. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just weird.
It was very strange.
I don't know. I don't know.
I think I would still be bothered, but I would be less bothered if she had not even mentioned the inspiration being Jinx. Because to me, she looks nothing like Jinx.
I don't know what that is, so
I'm about to look it up.
Please look up the Pokemon. It's JYNX, I believe. The Pokemon. And you will see the only similarity.
Oh, I do see it.
You do?
This is Jinx.
I don't see it at all.
Okay, I get it now.
Besides the purple skin,
and the red dress, and Jinx's arms are pale.
Oh, let me see it again.
They're not purple.
Oh.
Would you like to see Jinx again?
Please. Girl.
Okay.
Moving on. Spoiler alert, she was in the top 2 though.
Well, where's the hair though as well? If you're gonna do anyway.
She was in the top 2, and that was more so based off of her performance.
She did a translation. She didn't do an identical copy.
Great.
Which we talk about all the time.
Sure. What was this challenge was what? This was the
this was the music video, the rock video.
Yeah. Winner chicken dinner, right?
Winner chicken dinner, yes.
Okay, great. Next up.
Ciao again.
The waist is snatched.
What got me was the hair, the zipper in the hair.
I didn't even notice that until they pointed out the door. Yeah, that was that's how you do a full transformation and you carry the thing all the way through.
Ciao.
That was good. You didn't like it? Oh, I liked it. That hair thing.
I think I'm just a stickler because if you gotta hold the garment the whole time, something's wrong.
Did she hold it?
She held the ends the whole time, and I was so bothered by that because I'm like, all right, so was it not constructed properly? Like, why are you having to hold the ends the whole time?
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I didn't pay attention to that either. Oh.
She let
She
it go.
let it
She
go.
let it go. I just thought that it was her hands that she was kind of holding out.
Yeah.
I saw her holding the thing. That bothered me. But I do. I appreciate the idea. I appreciate the fact that you did, zippers all about your skin with the prosthetics and the hair. Sure. Just wasn't my favorite look.
Okay.
Next up.
Princess Fiona.
Yeah. Oh.
Tell me
Now
this is not Princess Fiona.
Now I see it. Oh my gosh. You did you see it when we first watched it?
Yes.
You didn't say anything.
That was the first thing I thought about.
Wow.
It was Princess Fiona.
I did not see it.
I can't unsee it now.
I don't think this leans far enough into the category though for me.
Yeah. I was like, why is she covering her chest up?
Right, like I need it, tits and slits. Give me more of that. I mean,
there was no tits. There was a slit. The leg was legging.
The leg.
But that's what
the
judges said to her though. They wanted to see a little bit more of it.
Yeah.
She leaned adjacent, not into it.
Correct. I would agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Next up.
The Little Kim. As soon as I saw this, I knew it was Little Kim. Before she even mentioned that it was Little Kim, I knew it was Little Kim.
The hair, the makeup, the fit, it was there. It was given.
But as we stated earlier, Olivia came back for All Stars. Now, given her performance in this episode and even in the second episode, I feel like we're only going to see Olivia in these first 3 episodes. I was rooting for her.
Okay.
Granted, who knows what they're going to do with the points in the 3rd episode? She may squeak by. However, her rock performance was mid. I agree with what Michelle said about she had a good vocal, but it wasn't a rock vocal. So it was
I'm kind of hoping she gets through because I think that she has a lot of more looks to give. I like her.
How many? Do you remember how many challenges she won in her season? I know it was at least one.
I think she only won the one.
Okay. Because I'm I don't quite remember where her talent or talents lie. I don't know what she does well. Not to say that she doesn't do anything well. I can't quite remember where her wheelhouse is.
She mentioned she won the improv challenge.
Yeah.
However, I do remember, I don't remember exactly what the challenge was, but I do remember thinking that she didn't deserve that win in that moment.
Oh, well.
But that's neither here nor there.
Okay.
Moving on.
All right, moving on.
I'm assuming that it was supposed to be off center, but the feather thing in the back, it not being completely fanned out. I don't know if it wasn't supposed to be completely fanned out. Was throwing me the entire time.
So let me because when you mentioned that when we were watching it, at first I thought maybe it was a little tilted to one side. But when she turned around, you could see one was designed downwards and the other was pointed upwards. So it was off center, and I think it can be a little off-putting because everything was so symmetrical about what she had on. It wasn't the greatest look. I didn't care for the green painted body, and I don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of this look.
Yeah, it wasn't my favorite either. I was like, okay, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's a fine look. Yeah.
Okay.
Moving on.
Next. She was in top 2 too, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Now let me tell you something.
I loved this.
Let me tell you something. Miss Girl surprised me. I said yes. I said okay now. And you better open it up.
Yes.
I liked that a lot. When she turned that corner, I said, now wait a minute, Phoenix. This looks good. I like this. I was happy with this look. This was my favorite.
It looked really good. Her opening the slit is what did it for me.
That was a good reveal.
And I didn't mind that you could see the bottom of her breastplate.
That was the thing that bothered me the most.
I didn't mind it so much. I felt like it could have been a little bit more polished, the whatever.
Yeah.
She looked good.
She looked good. And the fact that she was she really stepped out of the box, I think, with that look.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that from her, especially from the first look that we got, and then the level of her confidence. I didn't think that she would have the confidence to pull this look off, and she came out, she killed it.
Yeah, there is something about a latex look that I really like. That may say something about me.
That's called a fetish.
But I'm reminded of.
I'm
reminded of Saphira's latex look when she did on her season.
Yes.
I think it was like a puppy or something. I was like, okay, so I like a latex look. This look, I was very happy for this Miss Phoenix girl. That was very good.
So will this be your look for next week?
You know, you never know.
Okay.
You never know. It's very possible, child.
Okay. No, it's not sitting on the rack back there, is it?
It's not. It's not.
Okay.
No, that would be in the other closet.
Gotcha. The dungeon.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that was the last look. That was our last girl.
Okay. Interesting episode.
Do we want to talk about the second episode at all? So we didn't really touch on it, but the challenge for this episode was a rock video.
Yeah.
The top two queens for the first episode were Aja and Irene.
Mm-hmm.
The lip sync song was some Ice Spice song that I ain't never heard about. Talking about you think you're the shit, then fart or something. Aja kind of had the advantage. She's a ballroom girl. She's a performer. She's going to give you performance anytime she has to perform. So of course Irene wasn't going to beat her. Second episode was the
wait before we go to the second episode, there was I don't know if you guys were following on social media, but Phoenix had a comment for the guest judge because she had made a comment that she was disappointed where her
so Ice Spice mentioned something about Phoenix being an icon, but not really seeing her being an icon. So, and of course, I think people were hating the fact that Ice Spice made that comment. So Phoenix kind of clapped back, but she was politically correct with it. It wasn't like anything spicy or anything. But she did say she's not going to be worried about a girl who's only known for one song. Talking about shitting and farting.
Yeah.
So. I mean, if you're going to come for the gays, just know they're going to have something to say.
And when it's factual,
that because name one Ice Spice song.
I cannot.
There and there we have it.
And now we're moving.
Honestly, when they said that Ice Spice was going to be a judge, I was like, why? Why? And especially like, why now? Because Ice Spice was what 2-3 years ago. Like she popped up on the scene. Everybody liked her. She looked like Little Orphan Annie, and then she went away. And so I'm like, why now? Of all, like, this is weird.
In the words of Mariah Carey, I don't know her.
Hello. So I mean, girl, when the read is factual, you can't say nothing about it.
Facts are facts, America.
Facts are facts, girl.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah. The next episode was Murder on the Dance Floor. The girls did an improv challenge where they had to pretty much banter with Ru.
Mm-hmm.
It was a Glass Onion / Knives Out inspired type of situation. Yeah. Ru was the investigator. Detective. And then all the girls played the people on the ship.
Yeah.
With that, Bosco and Irene again were in the top two. Bosco won the lip sync, deservedly so. She pulled it out, literally pulled it out at the last moment to win that lip sync.
Because for a while, her outfit.
Yeah, for a while when she was just doing the waving of the dress,
I was like,
okay, girl, do something. Because I was like, Irene's about to win. But as soon as she stepped out of the dress, I was like, okay, Bosco won. And based off of the challenge, Bosco made Ru break character.
Yes.
She made Ru laugh.
Yes.
While they were doing the challenge. So you knew from that moment that Bosco was going to win the challenge. The looks in that episode... Oh, I wish you had them.
Wish I did too.
Which one?
Bosco's look, the casket, the scent casket, and then the red dress, the Elvira inspired.
Can I say something about that?
It all. Oh, genius.
This is minor, but I just thought that this was so fascinating. When she came out with the casket, right? and she walked backwards. People didn't realize that, and then she turned around and like I just thought that reveal was just like, oh, you walked out backwards in this casket.
Yeah.
And it was her body was snatched.
Child, she, like I said, she went to the right doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to.
Yeah.
She. Yeah. So I wish we had the looks from the second episode. So for people at home, we pulled these looks from the pit stop episode that comes out the next day after the episode. Well, the pit stop didn't do an episode for the second episode of the actual season or whatever.
And I wonder why.
It will probably come out this week.
Probably something like that. So yeah, we don't have those looks, but I wish we did. Yeah,
but yeah,
was cute. I did like that.
I will say though, overall, I was more impressed than I was expecting to be. I was kind of like, when we saw the cast, I was kind of like, meh. But given the first 2 episodes, I was like, okay, this actually might be a good season.
That's optimistic. I am still very reserved.
You're on the fence?
I'm still reserving my energy and my optimism to see like what is really to come.
You're straddling between the two?
I just wasn't, not that I wasn't impressed, but I'm just like, okay, what more is coming?
I think my thing is maybe I like this first bracket of girls. Now, I will agree that it is optimistic because the rest of the queens, I'm just like, I don't know.
Are you excited to see anybody? Is there anybody?
Absolutely not. Okay. Absolutely not.
No.
I want to see Denali because Denali looks good.
He does look good.
Outside of looking good, like...
I'm looking forward to the other 2 brackets. I really want to see what these queens are bringing. And like I said, I think because I'm not as jaded as you guys, because you guys have been there from the very beginning, you have a certain level of expectation of what you think that these girls should look like and who you think should have come back. Whereas I'm just happy to see some of these girls. I'm like, I know them.
He's in the phase where he's still a fan of Drag Race itself. Whereas like we are fans, but we have like, what's next kind of.
Yeah.
But you'll always be in that phase of moving forward.
What I am noticing, like online, on socials, is that there seems to be like this sentiment that like this season was like the Nicole Paige Brooks show. So I'm just really curious to know like what's going to happen when she comes on, because I'm seeing a lot about her online. Even I'm just seeing a lot of people talk about her. In fact, right before we started recording, I was scrolling on, I think it was either Instagram or YouTube, and it was like a part of a video of Nicole being on, I think, TikTok, and Lydia being in the background. And I never would have thought this was going to happen. Nicole was explaining how roses work on TikTok to Lydia, and I was like, how? Like, it's usually that's the other way around. So I'm seeing a lot of like things being pointed at Nicole. So I'm like, really curious to see like what's going to happen once she comes onto the show, because apparently it was almost all about her. So I was like, okay, let's see.
Interesting. We'll see.
2 weeks from now.
Yeah, she's in the next bracket.
She's in bracket 2.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
All right. Well, so we have 2 girls tied for the lead now, right? Don't we?
We have Aja and Bosco.
Yeah, I think 4
they have 4 each.
Yeah.
Or no, Bosco and Irene have 4 each.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like it's
yes. Bosco and Irene have 4 each.
Okay. Yeah. So next week we'll determine who are the 3 queens that are advancing to the semi-final round, and then after that we will have bracket 2. And then in bracket 2 we've got Tina Burner, Carrie Colby, Nicole Paige Brooks, Mistress Isabel Brooks, Lydia Butthole Collins, and Georges.
Okay.
That's bracket 2.
All right.
So, yeah. Thank you guys again, as always, for watching. Mm-hmm. Don't forget to follow or, like this post, this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification button. And then also don't forget, leave a comment. Tell us how you feel. Tell us how you love or hate our drag names and the comments that we spew throughout the video. We'd like to hear the feedback from you guys. So until next time, have a great week, everybody, and we'll see you here next week for another episode of the Recap Show. Deuces.
Bye.